Joining us now is Kate Lincoln-Gold. Now, she is an immigration attorney in Texas. To break this all down, Kate, obviously there are a lot of layers here. The DOJ saying that the buoys, quote, raise humanitarian concerns. That's one component. But it also sounds like the legal argument might be around the Rivers and Harbors Act, this law that is over a century old, and building buoys in federal waters. So can you sort of delve into the details of this lawsuit for us?
Sure, and it's rare to see the DOJ step in like they have after actions like a governor is taking in the situation. And I think that's because this is such an egregious situation. There's the environmental concerns, the humanitarian concerns, and the legal concerns. And the DOJ is saying this violates the Rivers and Harbors Act, which allows the federal government to decide when structures are placed in water that might impede the flow of water. It might impede the flow of commerce. And so they are filing this lawsuit in federal court. I think we will see very quickly probably an injunction in place, because it's very clear that what Abbott is doing is violating federal law. It's not within his jurisdictional authority to place these buoys. Any arguments that he's making are not well steeped in the law, and it's inevitable that after spending more Texan taxpayer money, Greg Abbott will be forced to remove these buoys from the water.
Okay, so that's interesting, Kate. You do think an injunction is a possibility in this case. And also, can you respond to the sort of characterization from supporters here that it's a deterrent to having people cross the border when, in fact, some people are dying? How is that going over?
I mean, it's horrible. If you think about, if you listen to the whistleblower reports, these are guardsmen who have been told to push mothers with infants back into the water. A 4-year-old girl was pushed back into the water. She later passed out from heat exhaustion. A woman had a miscarriage. She was entangled in the razor wire. There are photos of children caught in the razor wire. It is absolutely horrific to see. And I think certainly we're seeing both the government of Mexico saying we are not in line with this action. We're seeing the government of the United States saying we don't agree with this action. Meanwhile, Greg Abbott is getting a lot of political attention. He's gaining mightily from this action. He's spending a lot of taxpayer money. And meanwhile, migrants are dying.
You laid out the urgency of the situation, Kate. How long do you think this legal battle could take to actually resolve?
In my opinion, the law is so clear on the jurisdiction. This is firmly within federal governmental authority to manage. And I think that any judge is going to issue a quick injunction. I imagine we will see quickly that these borders are ordered to be removed under an injunction. And maybe we'll see appeals happening, and we'll see how double down is Greg Abbott going to be? How much more money will he spend fighting this battle that he will ultimately lose?
All right, a lot up in the air at the moment. Kate Lincoln-Goldfinch, thank you so much for your expertise.